we do it. Welcome to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. It's Friday night, which means one thing. It's not the Roseanne Show or the Cosby Show if you're living in the late 80s. It's actually... That was good. That was good. It may be summer, but it's -1 in the house. Leslie, to be precise, who's going to be here a bit later on. But before I get my teeth into him, God help him, let's get the lowdown on all of tonight's events from the Queen of Big Brother. Give it up for my pussycat without a speech impediment, the perfect Emma Willis. I didn't think I could see in that.
You didn't see, because I've got knickers on.
I know. They're royal blue.
They're not, they're grey, actually.
They're not.
Anyway,
Well, they were grey, they're not no more.
Off my underwear.
Eviction 2,
yes.
Talk to me.
Oh, I love Leslie.
You just want to go, hello, babe.
Yeah, like, everybody should have a Leslie at home, do you know what I mean?
Just
like,
in the wardrobe when you feel sad, open it
No,
up.
he's allowed to be in the house. You don't have to lock him away in the wardrobe. He's just... That first week, I know there was a lot of drama with him and there was a lot of rows, and he said tonight, you know, I said some things I really shouldn't have said, but he just seems like a bundle of fun. And I can imagine when he's not in that environment, he's just probably the loveliest, funniest, you know, person that you'd kind of want to go out with and have fun with. And it's a kind of shame that he's had a really dampener of a week.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad to see him go, because I think if he could have got his confidence back up again, we could have seen,
I've been the Leslie who walked through the door.
He could have shone. He could have been our star of the show again, probably.
Were you surprised?
I think I'm... Well, there were so many up, wasn't there?
Yeah. Was
I surprised? I thought it could be Stephanie or Frenchie.
Yeah.
But I probably am quite surprised, actually, because I did think one of those girls might go.
We had so many big characters up tonight.
Yeah.
Do you not think it could have been anyone tonight?
But that's the difficult thing, is they're all, I know I say this all the time, but they all bring something to the house. And I just want to keep all of them in until finale, and then just have a very quick
Maybe that's just the new format. No evictions, just leave them in there for a month.
No evictions, just put them all in for like 3.5 weeks and see what happens, and just bring them all out at the end and talk to them about their time.
Just like, you're right,
New
babe.
format? I don't think so.
No, it's not going to work.
But I think they're all that good that we could just sit and watch them forever and not take any out, because they're all great characters.
Where do you think it went wrong for Leslie? What was the turning point?
Well, he was up the first week as well, wasn't he? And that's when he was explosive, and he stayed in.
Yeah.
This week he's been much quieter, and he's out. So maybe that's it. Maybe everybody wanted to see that kind of full-on bonkers Leslie.
And we never got it, really, in the end. He's been a bit down.
Well, the second week, no, we didn't, which is
how do you think the others going to react? Because he was a big part of everyone in there.
Yeah, he really was. I think Stephanie will really miss him, because she seemed to have a really good bond with him. I think there's maybe just a little bit of the sparkle has come out with him. Do you know what I mean? But again, because they're all such big characters, there's so much going on anyway that... If someone's being quiet, maybe you're not going to miss them as much as you think. Let's
talk about another two big characters in the house. The crowd went for Frenchie and Kelly tonight.
Yes.
Talk to me, why?
I don't know.
Should we just casually move on?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, there's Frenchie, there's the obvious...
Shut up, bitches! that done it for me. I was like,
the glamour girl kind of in-your-face thing. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm just going to... Can I just do that constantly? Ask David. He's lived with them.
I'm going to ask David in a minute. Let's talk about Sundays. Back to normal nominations.
Yes, normal noms.
Don't mess with the system. We like the normal noms.
Normal noms. But it's going to be a very busy weekend as well, because there's this challenge going on.
Yeah.
And Audley and James, two of I would imagine, David, the most competitive people in the house are going to be pitted against each other.
Talk to me about it. What's
in
going to
an
happen?
Endurance challenge.
What's going to happen? I've heard it's going to divide the house.
The house will be divided.
I love a divide!
The house will be divided, they will be pitted against each other, and it's a test of endurance and stamina, I believe, so...
Right when we got to the juicy bit, you spent about half hour going, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're asking me questions. How do I know why the crowd were booing Frenchie and Kelly? I'm not the crowd.
Give it up for Emma Willis. It's time now for an exclusive, and not the exclusive, that Susan Boyle was eating a fruit salad in the canteen earlier. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, she's eating a fruit salad in the canteen. Yeah, Susan Boyle, she was loving it. Let's have a look how the housemates reacted after Leslie went out the front door. Fruit salad, all the fruit.
Oh, he's so funny, I don't understand.
No chance.
It's just bizarre, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
Probably we're the one who sealed Leslie's fate by what we said on our VTs when we all nominated him.
He was elected the most.
We probably sealed his fate because the crowd probably didn't know about it. The people watching didn't know about Leslie, but all of us nominating him and saying, Leslie, you're a bit, you know, I think we sealed his fate, kind of thing.
We're going to miss him.
I did tell Leslie in person.
We are going to miss that snore.
We're going to miss that snore. Snoring like a lion.
Yeah, he snores like a lion.
Like a lion.
Gary Busey.
Tactics here, fucking going nowhere.
Gary ain't going nowhere.
People need to leave him alone.
Well done, you. They love you.
How do you know?
All the A's. If they didn't, you'd be... No, all the A's. All the Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because if they thought you were a villain in any way, shape or form, you get booed.
Well, that was an interesting night.
Bad luck, Steph.
Listen, if you lot enjoyed that, then you're going to love all the action live from the house, which is on straight after us tonight, so don't miss it. Now, listen, I've been avoiding this bit, but it had to happen at some point. It's time to meet tonight's panel. First up, it's a journalist known across the land for reporting on the most salacious and juicy celebrity news stories. And do you know what? Thank God he hasn't revealed it about my... I could not believe it's not come out. I can't believe it didn't come out. Give it up, Beckley! Thank you for not putting it in the paper.
It's in tomorrow. It's in tomorrow, I'm afraid. We meant to ring you and tell you.
You didn't.
Sorry.
Lawyers. Next up, it's our very own macho man who has agreed to drop and give me 20 every single time I ask, so I'm not sure we're going to get through a lot tonight, if I'm being honest. Stay low and explode is your first evictee, David McIntyre. I love it how he claps himself like he's still on Gladiators, like... Yeah. Finally, it's a lady who kept it cute and classy when she appeared on Celebrity Big Brother. And if you believe that, then you actually believe germs come from Germany. It's Louisa! Right, so let's get on with the show. David, has the right person gone tonight?
You know what? When I first came out, I did say Leslie and Gary were my first two who I would evict next. But Leslie's sweet. He's a nice guy. But it comes down to the food thing. It may seem very basic to everyone out there, but when it comes to food in the house, when it's been on ration...
Food is currency in the house.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It's a very harsh topic. And you know what? This 2-hour thing about his blood levels, it's not going to ride with the people. It's not going to ride at all.
Not going to ride with the people.
It's not going to ride.
Louisa, why didn't the public pick up the phone and save him?
I don't know, I'm really upset. Leslie was like literally one of my favourites. I think he just didn't do enough this week. Like, you have to entertain, and he just stood back, was quite quiet. He wasn't as funny or as fun or as argumentative perhaps as we'd seen him in the first week, and I think that they just thought, sod it.
Ed, what about you? Are you shocked?
Well, I mean, imagine the crushing realisation that you've been evicted before someone who wheezes in the pool. or doesn't shower for a week. Oh. But I thought Stephanie might go, but I did until the well-timed kiss and whatever. And they said, "Oh, can you go out there?"
Do you think it was a well-timed kiss?
I do. Well, she knows her brother, obviously, and so she's a reality.
She knows her brother. They're slanderous.
But I think, you know, they were like, go out in the black thing. She was like, I couldn't. Shall I wear my heels? And then off she went. So...
She knows what she's doing.
But I'm glad Leslie's out because he can go and buy... If he's got 100 quid to spend on underwear, and that's what he bought with them.
Well, they were a gift from his boyfriend.
Well,
he needs to talk
to
Have a heart. Have a heart.
No.
What do you lot think? Leslie gone. What we thinking?
I'm actually pretty happy he's gone. It was probably... No. Sorry. Everyone's going on about how sweet he is. All I saw was the fact that he was very nasty to Gary. He's really egotistical. It's his way or the highway. And, and then this week he's just done nothing to really counteract how nasty he was in the first week. The way he spoke to Gary, bringing his kids into it, all of that stuff, I've really got...
You're happy he's gone?
I'm happy he's gone, yeah. Good.
Who's sad that he's gone?
I'll take him to the airport.
Wrong person went out.
Liking the new weave tonight. Look at that.
Thank you, darling.
You've got an array. Go on, girl.
Wrong person went out tonight. I thought it could have been Frenchie should have gone. No. I don't imagine why she's staying there. Shut up, bitches. I can't imagine why she's staying there above our Leslie, who entertained us. He may have quietened her down this week, but if you look at the footage back, Leslie has been entertaining. That's what we want. It's an entertainment show. Thank you.
Lulu, how do you think him going's going to affect the rest of the house now? He was a core character in there for everyone.
Yeah, you know what, he was a really good character, and quite a lot of people, like, he had quite a nice little group going on. I think that they will miss him, actually. I think that we're going to miss him. From an audience, I'm going to miss watching him. And I think that, like, Stephanie, I like her, but she's, like, a bit... She doesn't bring much to the table.
Not as much as someone like Frenchie.
Yeah, like Frenchie is entertaining, Leslie is entertaining, and we don't want it to become, like, boring. And I think when you get all the big characters out and you get good people out, like Leslie's gone, you're at risk of then, you know, moaning that, oh, what are we watching now?
Now he's gone, David, do you think Frenchie's going to be a lot happier in the house now?
You know what? I think the argument was quashed literally after the cutting of the boxes. So after that, I think they got on, but there's still a little bit of a rift.
Oh, you'd never let that go, would you?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's it.
And we still ain't found out who gave us scissors. Still, no one's told me.
But Frenchie has quietened down so much now. She's quieted down.
Yeah. She's settling in a bit now.
You know what? She's actually a nice person. She's cool, but she has those erratic moments when she's not getting attention from the rest of the house. She's like, ah, and explodes. And that's what she did to Leslie. But I've only just seen the footage where he's calling her, whoo, all kinds of vile rubbish.
Naughty words.
Exactly. I don't even want to repeat that for the camera.
No.
But I've only just seen that, so he's a bit of a dark horse saying all that stuff.
He's a dark horse, that Leslie is.
Yeah. I'll have a word with him when he comes out. That's wrong.
Well, Frenchie, we're talking about. Let's also bring Kelly into the situation. The crowd went for them two tonight, didn't they? Ed, why have they got such negative responses tonight?
I think she's been a little bit maybe oversensitive.
Who?
I think Kelly.
Kelly.
I mean, I can understand that it's a difficult time for her, and obviously maybe hormones play a part.
Yeah.
But I think everybody watching maybe feels a little bit like, if you couldn't handle it, don't go in, I would say. But I think it's a difficult one. I think there's two sides to it.
Yeah.
But I think Gary's... I think Gary is the main focus for me.
Yeah?
He's like, you know, when you get on a bus and there's a guy that sort of sits next to you and you consider getting off about halfway before you're meant to get off just because he's making you feel uneasy. And then you turn around and goes, hey! And you're like, you know. So I think...
We've all sat next to him. All of you, normal noms on Sunday. Hurrah. Let's go down the panel. Who's in trouble, Louisa?
I want James to go.
So you think do you think he'll get nominated though?
I don't think he will. He's so manipulative and he's so rude. Oh, can I educate you again? Like, fuck off.
But he's...
I fucking educate him and get some manners. I literally want to punch him in the face every time.
We do not condone violence,
I
Louisa
know,
Sisman.
but I do. I want to be so violent.
You can give him a naughty slap on the wrist and that'll be the last of it. David, who's in trouble on Sunday?
Okay, I'll have to disagree with Louisa there. He is a great guy, James. Okay,
right,
actually decent. Okay,
who's in trouble?
Fantastic. And I would talk about Gary. You know, I am sick to death of the public opinion feeling sorry for him. I've been in there 10 days, 24 hours. Yeah. The guy is I'm telling you.
You think Gary's in trouble?
Gary's in trouble, 100%.
Well, I think Gary and Frenchie definitely, but I do agree with Louisa that James is likely to go be nominated.
You
because
think the others will nominate him?
Because if they wouldn't nominate him to his face, as they didn't, because they don't want to get him having a go at them, because he would. But when it's secret, I think that we'll see it. But I don't mind James. I think he's been very good with Gary.
He had a great housemate.
Well, yeah, but I don't think he's a bad person. I think it's just the way.
Gary, he's rude.
No, he's the only one.
Rude.
He's the only one that sits.
Let me see what this lot think. It's a public show. Who's in trouble? George. George!
Well, he does nothing. He's not really that entertaining. I think that somebody like that, I mean, like Leslie this week.
If his mother was here, that's all I'm saying. Oh, she'd rip that orange right off you. Who else is in trouble? Kelly? Ricky? They're undecided. Give yourselves a clap. Shut up. Still to come, we've got all the fallout from tonight's eviction, plus we'll be asking Leslie all the questions that Emma was too scared to ask him up the road. So grab yourself a Hessian bag and a cable tie, and I'll see you after the break. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side now. In the main show, Adele might not be afraid to have a good old spit and polish, but here at Bots, we like to take things up one step further, you know, and we like to, get right up around the rim, give that a good clean as well. I'll leave that with you. Well, listen, he was the Emmy award-winning actor who couldn't quite win you over, so let's hope he doesn't get too excited tonight, because it'll take ages to get this carpet dry, honestly. It's a chore. Please be upstanding for the ever-gracious Southern Belle. There's Leslie Jordan! Put you right there, listen. Come on, yeah. Come on, darling. Thank you. Les. 3 words. Well.
Bad public. Bad public. bad public.
Leslie, I've got to ask you something, right? What did you research into actually going into Big Brother? Because I don't think you got the full concept at first.
I didn't at all. I was so naive, you know, when they asked me about it, I thought, wow, the boredom will probably get to me, but, you know, la, la, la. And I thought, you know, there'd be like a little cocktail party, and puff, puff, puff. And, how are you this morning, darling? Yes, I'm good.
Joan Collins on the side, like, hey.
Shut your... Yeah, that is so not me. You actually gave me some really good advice.
I did.
You did. You said,
I said, go in there, be yourself, and enjoy it.
Which I did, but I'm not, you know, I really have not lost my temper. That is really not me. I promise you, I haven't lost my temper like that.
He used to be called the Tiny Terror.
When I drank.
He used to slap people.
But that was when I drank. I was called the Tiny Terror. Now, what's interesting, when I drank during my unfortunate incarceration, when I was sentenced to 120 days, I got out on the 11th day. Now, during this unfortunate incarceration, I get out on the 12th day. But
I'm just worried what's going to be the next thing where you come out on the 13th day, babe.
But you know what? I think maybe this is the best case scenario. I have a boyfriend for the first time. Ever 60 years old, never had time. I have a boyfriend. And I miss him desperately, and so, you know, maybe this is the best case scenario. You know, the reason I came is I wanted to be able to introduce myself to the UK public. I didn't quite think that I would introduce myself while screaming, "You dirty French slut!"
Neither did we, Leslie. Neither did we.
But you do realise they're nuts, right? Some of them in there. I mean...
Listen, I've been in that house, Leslie. I know what that house does to people. And trust me, that is a pressure cooker for row after row after row. And this is what I want to know, because when you went in, what were your first impressions of every single one of them housemates? What were you thinking? You thought, oh,
you
lovely
know, there
bunch.
was that amazing high where we walk in and we meet Emma, and people are cheering, and la, 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 and then the door's shut, and it's really quiet in there, really quiet. And you walk down, and there they are, and it's very awkward. You know, you're beginning to think, well, who's going to sleep where? I ended up with Frenchie.
We know.
You must be straight.
You know full well Leslie's going to be presenting the show in January, don't you? I'll have a job. Listen, I've got to move you on because I need to ask. You obviously said when you were in there you lost your temper a couple of times. You unravelled quite quickly in there. What do you think it was about the whole concept of Big Brother that made you lose your temper?
I think because I lead such an insular life and that I'm on the road almost 8 months out of the year. I do every gay club in America. I do stand-up comedy. I'm constantly on the road. And I'm patted on the back quite a bit. When it was brought to my attention that I was eating more food than I was supposed to, little fatty here, shoveling it in. But never, when I was confronted with that, not once had that crossed my mind that I was eating too much. You know, I was that naive. I thought, well, let's just eat whatever, you know.
Leslie, you were in Will and Grace. You can eat what you like.
Yes. And I won an Emmy doing it.
I've got to ask you, your relationship with Frenchie, I know it was very up and down, to say the least, but do you think, you know, you're both Americans, do you think that maybe after the show you might meet up, have a little drink and maybe get on?
No. No, it's not that.
Maybe
no,
if she
listen.
leaves the scissors inside.
No. It's, you know, we've made our amends.
Yeah.
I don't know where you guys are. I don't know if it's all...
We're up to yesterday.
Okay, so we've made our amends, you know. We really have. I made my amends with Gary. The only thing that I didn't know was that when I went to the diary room that could... I knew it was going to the public. I didn't think that you could show it to the housemates. To the housemates.
Big Brother
you did not warn me about that.
Well, I'm not going to give it all away, am I, Leslie?
And so anyway, I felt, oh my God, I was so insanely crazy about Gary. And then he showed me pictures of his wife. He showed me a picture of his 4-year-old son. You know, one day he didn't have any eggs, so I scrambled him an egg. And I thought to myself, you know, we're all doing the best we can, as my spiritual advisor says, with the light that we have to see with. And some of us have different lights.
Can I just say, do you know what you could do over here?
What?
Life coaching by Leslie Jordan.
There you go.
I'm just saying, it could be a late-night show on a certain channel. Who knows? Leslie, I've got to ask you very quickly. You were the star of the show. We voted you the star of the show.
And then turned on me like a mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
Bad public, bad public, bad public.
No, but what I want to know is, inside, do you think that sort of made you a bit of an enemy against your rest of your housemates?
I definitely do. Because I looked at everybody that voted me to be evicted, and I thought, little jealous. No, maybe not. But that's not an easy role to play. You can't tell somebody like me who fell out of the womb, you know, into my mother's high heels and that you're the star of the show. That's the worst thing you can tell me.
Give him an inch, he'll take a mile, he will.
And so there was bad behaviour. There was a lot of bad behaviour.
Do you regret sending who you sent to the scrap heap? Because one person you were close with was Kelly. And we saw what you said in the diary room and when you said, you know, these are my reasons. And they were, in all fairness to you, good reasons. But it did start a bit of a Barney. What's your relationship with Kelly like now?
I've been through that process of the transgender with many people. I don't know where Kelly is in the process, medicine-wise, but once the hormones start, it's like going, you know, through your mother when, well, anyway, what do you call it, menopause?
Yeah.
Where's So I felt early on that because I'm a member of the LGBT community, that I felt that I had to watch after Kelly, and I made a bad decision there. I didn't realize there would be humiliation involved. I somehow thought the celebrity scrap heap would be like a photo op, you know, and then... You know, and then I really, my motives for that were true, but then she kind of turned on me.
But it wasn't just Kelly. It wasn't just Kelly. You had Gary, you had Frenchie, you had David, and obviously we lost David because of the celebrity scrap heap, and Frenchie substituted herself.
I don't think I put David in there, did I? I did? Because you kept winking at me.
Yeah, no, I was happy with it. It's hot, that's why.
Leslie, we're coming up to a break. You can do whatever you want in that break. Trust me. Betty's upstairs.
It's Beyonce. I want to meet her.
Oh, you'll meet her. I need to know, because this is what I do this job for. Have you made any friends for life?
Oh, absolutely.
Who?
Dee.
Dee.
Claire.
Claire.
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
No. Oh, God. Lauren.
Yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Who I adore. David.
Yeah.
Ricky. Who? All of them. You know what? All of them. All right. Well,
I love you. I think you are amazing. Give it up for Leslie Jordan! Still to come, me and Leslie are going to be taking your calls, plus Louisa will be getting it all off her chest when she asked him some tough old questions, and I'm sure they're going to be lovely ones. We'll see you after this. Come on, let's go and have a drink.
What? No, look. If this looks a little wrinkled, it's because it was rolled up inside my socks.
Why?
I thought she's going to cut my ties up.
Oh, God forbid!
No, and my
We're on the telly. We're on the telly,
Oh.
Leslie. Hi. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Do you know what, Leslie? I've been reading Gary's Big Book of Facts. Germs are from Germany. Ice is actually from Iceland. And Swedes are actually from Sweden.
What?
I know. So do you know what I've gone and done? Do you know what I've gone and done? I've booked a holiday to the Virgin Islands. Let's do Mex. Right, it's phone time. Before we start, have you sterilised them phones? We've had a couple of... Yeah? Good. We don't have no fucking loogies in here either. We always swallow us girls. Right, who's on that one?
We have Beth from Birmingham.
Beth from Birmingham, what's your chat?
Hello, Riley.
Hello, Beth.
Hello, Leslie.
Hi.
Hiya. First thing I want to say is Gary's a legend and he's my winner. He's got to win it. But my question to Leslie is, do you think you've come out the house the same person as you went in?
Oh, good
Or
question.
do you think you've changed?
No, absolutely not. There's a lot, the hamster's on the wheel, and all of my, what we call in recovery, character defects have been on display for the entire UK, so there's some work that needs to be done.
But
you
Leslie,
know,
we still love you.
Well, I know, but I
think
can't
you're
go
great,
through life.
Leslie.
What, Beth?
I think you're great. You're just like a little terrier.
Hey! Jack Russell.
Thank you for your call, babe.
Violet.
Yes, babe?
Can you say hello to Sue in Liverpool?
All right, Sue in Liverpool, babes. How are you? I'm just at work, so we'll talk after the show. See you later, Beth.
Hi, Beth. I think Dee's from Birmingham.
She is. She's not far. She's only round the corner. Who we got on line two?
We've got Jackie from Kent.
Jackie from Kent. All right, Jax.
Yeah, hi, Riley.
Hello, babe. What's your chat for Leslie?
Well, first, Leslie, I'm gutted you're out. I've absolutely loved you, and you've just been the star of the show. I love it. You've made me laugh, so that's my first comment. My question, Leslie, is, on eviction night, how does the crowd's reaction affect the housemates? And do you think they're influenced by this reaction at
Good
all
question, Jax.
when it comes to nominations?
Well, it's almost too late to be influenced because the nominations are set at that point, but then there's other nominations. But I was really surprised that, I wasn't surprised that Frenchie, it's almost like pantomime. You've got to have a clear-cut villain. You know, I was really surprised when James got booed, and I asked him, I said, when you're on Strictly Come Dancing, are you sort of the villain? He said, absolutely. I said, well, then, you know, why are you upset? Because he was very upset about that he got booed. And then, of course, when Frenchie got booed, hello. Anyway, so the next, but I was really surprised that Kelly got booed the way she did.
Yeah.
Because once again, you know, I'm thinking, ugh, she's a member of my tribe and I want to protect, but...
So it does influence people quite a lot in there, you think? It affects you?
Oh, well, I mean, it's horrible to get booed. You know, I heard some boos and I thought, what? And then I saw that clip. Oh, my God.
And now he knows. Thanks for your call, babe.
Thanks,
Bye,
Riley.
darling.
Bye-bye.
Take
Love
care.
you, Leslie. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lots of
Love you.
Who's on line three?
We've got Mary from Glasgow.
Mary from Glasgow. Hello, Mare.
Hello there, Ryan. How are you doing?
I'm good, babe. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Listen, I love the show. Every year I go, this is the best show ever, and I'll tell you, you surprise me every year. It's getting
Oh,
better.
Mary, thank you. We appreciate it. What's your chat for Leslie, babe?
Leslie, my darling, you're a wee firecracker. you're like just like a born entertainer. I'm surprised you're like voted out. The reason is everybody thought you were probably safe. But my question is, what have you learned through this experience?
What have I learned?
Yep, about yourself.
To hide your ties?
No, I've learned to hide my ties. But also, I think I've learned that I am a little selfish in some ways. That you know, when you hear something from one person, that's an opinion. But when about 4 people are telling you, no, babe, you do eat way too much food, and little selfish, and it is kind of about you. You know, how can you be a performer that works as much as I do and not make it about you? I think that's the reason I've never had a boyfriend. I've never had a partner. I'm 60 years old. When I go home, no, seriously, I wouldn't even have it in me to say, you know, hello. You know, it's just all about me.
But you know what? You found love now.
I did. And
Do you feel then, Leslie, that like with the eating was maybe a nervous thing, or like you felt kind of that you had to change to adapt to what was happening within the house?
Well, the eating was a nervous thing, but I'm also violently hypoglycemic, so I have to eat about every 2 hours. And the only thing we had at our disposal for a couple of days was rice and beans. And I'm trying to ask, you know, our nutritionalist, Frenchie, and she's telling me this and that. But, you know, I have always heard rice and beans is a perfect kind of combination.
Leslie, this is turning into a cooking show.
Oh, okay.
Mayor, thank you for your call, babes. Thanks for calling in.
Listen, hi, goodbye, and listen, tomorrow's another day, and you're fantastic, and hi, Erin.
And I love you, thank you.
Bye, Mary, thanks for your call. That's all we've got time for, Leslie.
That's it?
That's only for the phone room. We're going to go in there
through.
now. No, don't worry. We'll get some more callers for you later. In a minute, the panel are going to get their teeth into Leslie, but first, let's find out what's happening in the house. Have a look at this. Stop singing on the telly, we have to pay for it.
I'd like to toast to another couple of days with some wonderful people.
And
cheers.
And to Leslie.
And to Leslie.
Little Leslie.
Little Leslie.
Cheers.
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 What's the drink? Frenchie?
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
To Leslie, cheers. I join you over here. Cheers, Leslie. Hallelujah. God bless you all.
I can say it now. I went up today instead of something that you and I had made the piece. Well, I told you what I said about the thing you said to me. So,
I'm really
and
glad
I
they
said
did
if
that
there's
for you.
if they're debating between me and him, they should keep him. I actually said that today.
No, it's good. It's a good journey. This is a good life lessons of growing, adapting. It's good.
I love you, I do.
Do you know something, Ricky? I swear to God, if anyone dares to put you up or even turn your picture, I'll knock shit out of them. No matter what happens, I want you here on the last day.
I want you here on the last day as well.
Well, what will be, but you're here on the last day.
I love you.
I love you too. I really, 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 really do, and I'm sober.
I'm sober?
As a rock judge. All right, it's Q&A time now. Eccles, what's your question for Leslie?
Leslie, you've been in so many shows over the years. Who's your least favourite co-star that you've ever worked with?
Oh. She's no longer with us. Her name was Mary Fran, and it was a TV show called Newhart, and she was just horrid.
Anyone British that you didn't like?
No, I've never worked... No, let me think.
Louisa, maybe?
Louisa? No, I've never worked with Louisa.
You'd love me.
I worked with Helen Mirren.
Oh!
On her one flop.
Comparable to me.
It was called Love Ranch. It's her only flop ever. But anyway. When I met her, I said, you played the queen and I am a queen. We're going to get on great.
Lulu, what's your question?
If you would have stayed in there longer, would we have seen you bitch slap someone?
No, because I was warned so many times. Constantly I was being warned that there's acceptable behaviour and then there's unacceptable behaviour. And you cannot even do that, like I did with Frenchie. And
a warning to Frenchie there.
Yeah, and you can't do this.
Oh, no.
No, because they said they saw spit. And I said, no, there was no spit.
You might have just had a little dribble.
That's it. And he went, and I went... So I said, watch the playback. There was no spit.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
No, I don't spit. I wouldn't spit on anybody.
Good. Davey, what's your question for
Leslie? How are you?
David.
OK, as a self-proclaimed eye candy of the house, myself. Don't be, please. Don't be. OK, who was, beneath me, who was the eye candy in the house in the morning workouts after I left? I would like to know this.
Oh, after you left.
After
Very important
who
question,
was
guys.
the morning eye candy 8 a.m. workout? I want to know this one.
Probably James.
I knew it. It's his bum, isn't it? It's his bum.
But I told him when I met him, I said, listen, I'm an aging homosexual who's been blessed with a deep appreciation for beauty, and this is like going to the museum.
There you go. It's coming off now.
Leslie. Good luck, yeah. We're taking it in there. Who's got the questions for Leslie tonight? Go on, girl.
Hi.
What's your name, hon?
I'm Sandra.
Go
I
on,
have to call
Sand.
you lovely Leslie because I just think you are lovely, absolutely fabulous. And I want to ask you, as a diva myself, I think you're a true diva. Do you think you're a diva?
Yeah. I mean, my whole life I've heard it. My mother would say, honey, it's not always about you, and I didn't quite get it.
I completely understand, Leslie.
So, good question, babe. Where's Emma? Oh, God, this is like Challenge Annika. Hang on. Go on, babe.
Hi, Leslie. I just want to say, first of all, you should not be sitting here tonight at all. You were brilliant.
Thank you.
I just want to say, you said Big Brother wasn't what you expected. In what ways was it different to what you thought it'd be?
Well, I didn't expect the clash of personalities, and how could you go in there not expecting that when you have people from all walks of life, you know, different age groups and this and that? How could you not expect that? And I didn't expect that I would have to sleep with people. I don't know. I thought I'd have a little room somewhere.
Well, you don't have to have sex with them. Just sleep next to them.
No, I mean sleep. I have sex with them. Honey, that's way in my pay.
Lulu, what's your next question for Leslie?
Last week you were voted star of the show, and this week you're out. Is this your biggest fall from grace?
Fall from grace?
Yeah.
Oh no, honey, I've gone way lower than that. This ain't no fall from grace. When I met her, I said to her, you know, I want to be you. But then I thought, God, if I looked like that, I'd be in the alley. Come to mama. Plenty to go around.
I'm going home. I'm going home. I can't deal with this. I've got a wedding tomorrow. Ed, what's your question for Leslie?
Leslie, there's normal nominations coming up in a few days. Who would you have nominated if you were still in there? You have to pick two.
Okay, my two would have been, I think, Audley, because I felt, I don't know, I was so shocked when he picked me. I didn't think he even knew me. I was down there, you know. I just, and he oddly, and then I was going to pick James, but even though I adore him.
Oh, he's an idiot.
But listen, he's got.
Tell them, Leslie. He's nice.
No,
with
he's
it.
an idiot.
No, listen. He's a lovely boy, but he has this wicked sense of humor, and what he does is says horrible things, and then says, "Kidding, I'm kidding."
Very true.
And I think, but you know what? I don't.
Are you joking? Is
and
that
then
what
when
you're
he
thinking?
called me out, he said to me, "The reason that I called you out is because I wanted to express my opinion to your face as opposed to behind your back." Well, how about not expressing it at all? You know, the way I was raised. Well, you know, you express your opinion. They're like buttholes. Everybody's got one. You know, you don't express it unless someone says, "What's your opinion?"
Leslie, I could listen to you all night, but I've got to go to a break, so give him a massive round of applause, please. Still to come, Louisa will be taking over the reality gallery for all the latest gossip, plus find out who is putting words into Frenchie's mouth. I'll see you after this. You crack me up. Welcome back to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. And like James Jordan, I can't help the way my face is constructed. I mean, I can't help how my eyes look, or the way my nose looks, or the way my teeth... Here's today's news. At 6:38 this morning, Kelly was in the diary room making a plea on Audley's behalf.
All I wanted to say was to the viewers is, please don't punish Audley for his remarks, because he has apologised and it's taken me time to understand, you know, he had to get used to me not being Frank, me being Kelly. Audley was brave to admit to his mistakes, and, you know, I had to be brave enough and courageous enough to accept his apology and not bear any grudges or hold any resentment against him, because otherwise I'll never move forward. It's brought the issue to the front again, that there is still quite a misunderstanding of the transgender issue. He realises I'm the same person. As he said last night, he faced prejudice because of his skin colour when he was growing up. And that's what really made me think about it.
Oh, I'm glad that they've made up and now everyone is getting along really, really well. But it didn't last long because at 11:12 this morning, Audley got himself into a new argument, but he might have bitten off more than he could chew.
Yeah, I've had enough of Stephanie anyway. She's outstayed her welcome now. She's just a pain. Stephanie needs to go.
Audley, you're being an asshole.
Oh, it's all coming out now.
Yeah, you've been super passive-aggressive. You've been really rude. You're, like, acting like a child. Like, I'm sorry that James and I had that conversation. Like, if that's your strategy, cool.
That's
Like, don't be passive-aggressive and be this asshole.
Come on now, Stephanie.
No,
now, I was
serious.
just joking with that.
You know you are.
No, I'm
you
not.
know you are. You're acting like a child.
Oh, Stephanie, come on now. I don't know what it is, Steve. You haven't let that go. We came and had a talk. I came and talked to you there, and I said, that's it. And obviously you haven't let it go.
I didn't do anything, so I've never had anything to let go. You're the one
Well, you
that's
did.
really
You said you and
taking it to
James.
heart.
You just said you and James done something. Now you just said you
You're
didn't.
doing it again. Just stop being such a prick.
Stephanie obviously wants to go.
Your kids are going to be really proud watching their dad behave like this.
See, now you're being disrespectful. I haven't done anything to you.
Yeah.
You and James done something to me. I pulled you up on it, and I spoke to you about it, and I said I'd let it go.
But you
and
haven't.
now you're talking like...
You've been a prick to me since then.
Oh, it looks like Stephanie got that last knockout blow in there. Listen, you might be able to win a boxing match, but reality TV stars know how to have a Barney, don't they? Yes, they do. And finally, at 2:58 this afternoon, Big Brother set the housemates a task where 3 housemates had to be a ventriloquist. It's hard with these teeth to say. And 3 more had to be the dummy. They were then given a little Q&A sesh with the remaining housemates.
I have a question. Can I ask a question? Kelly, why every time someone nominates you, do you go up to Big Brother and say, you want to leave, I'm going to walk from the show, and you get really upset, and you start crying and go for sympathy vote? Why do you do that all the time? I'm going to walk. If you want to walk, just fucking walk.
How do you know I go in the big room and say that?
Because we know, we hear.
Oh, so you hear what's said in the dairy?
We know, you tell us you want to walk.
I told you I wanted to walk.
Don't tell us, just do it.
Can I ask Frenchie why her puppet master is so arrogant and wants to be the top dog in the house?
Oh, now it's started. This is so much fun. Frenchie, love this. Frenchie just very, very honest. Some people don't like the truth, but Frenchie always speak the truth. Once again, Kelly, like I said, the truth sometimes hurts, but it will always be the truth.
I just want to know why he likes to be top dog and always wants to steal the limelight.
Oh,
and he has
once
actually
again,
said...
someone said something nasty about Kelly.
It's nothing
Kelly,
at all.
kick off.
No, it's
Maybe
nothing at
Kelly's
all.
going to say she wants to walk again. Oh, dear.
He's trying to get her to walk. Stay strong, Kelly.
I've just seen Gary. That was brilliant. Do you know what? Even if it's for a task, James struggles to keep that mouth shut, doesn't he? He loves a row. And that's your news. Let's head up to the reality gallery. Lulu, I hope you're behaving yourself.
I'm being good, but I stood in chewing gum on the way up here and I'm, like, stuck to the floor. It's really glamorous.
Babes, what a drama. What's going on?
George has told Stephanie that he loves her, but he can't be with her because she would be hard work, and Stephanie agreed. I don't think she wants to be with him anyway, but whatever. Gary has offered to take George to Sunset Boulevard to teach him how to surf.
I really want to see that.
I would love to see Gary
Maybe
surfing.
a Channel 5 reality show coming up. One more.
And Frenchie's feet are hurting after wearing 7-inch stilettos as part of her Friday night.
Very important news. Give it up for Louisa. Cheers, babe. Love ya. Right, it's time to see what's happening in digital. And I know we've only got 40 seconds. Ian, what you got for me? Not got long.
Right, well, I'll go straight in for Twitter questions. Ryan Swift wants to know, how did it feel when David did his workout routine for you?
Well, gosh, I mean, they were all 3, so...
I'll tell you what, should we just recreate the moment?
David!
Come on. Get over here.
Get down.
My top going to come off for this. My
But
top
no,
gonna come
I
off.
got to...
Get down.
Get down.
I got to
Get down. Leslie, get on.
Ride this back.
Oh, go on, get on there. Come on. Come on. Jump right up.
Oh, it's like olden day Channel 5 at late at night, isn't it? Get up! Get up! I'm not having this. Get up! David, get up! I'm not having this, Smug. Get up! Come here, you. Leslie! That's all. Come here, you. Come here. Come here. That's all I've got time for. A massive thank you to all of our guests. Emma's back on Monday with Ollie Locke, Tina from S Club, and Vanessa Feltz, and her husband Benefodo. Live from the house is up next. Leslie, what have you got to say?
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Night-night.